Everyday precious moments are stolen from you and you don't even realize it. You pick up your phone just to check one message and 20 minutes disappear. You sit down to work and somehow your mind drifts to everything except what matters. Have you noticed how hard it's become to stay with one thought, one task, one breath? This isn't weakness. It's design. Every sound, every swipe, every tiny hit of dopamine is part of a system built to keep you scrolling, not thinking. The more scattered your focus becomes, the easier you are to predict, to sell to, and to control. But here's the truth no one tells you. Your brain isn't broken. Beneath the noise, there's still a rhythm of focus that remembers silence, depth, and clarity. So what really happened to your attention? Why does your mind crave distraction even when you want peace? And most importantly, can you reprogram it? Stay with me until the end, and I'll show you the hidden truth behind distraction in a 2-minute ritual to take your focus and your freedom back. Have you noticed how silence feels uncomfortable now? The moment things get quiet, your hand reaches for your phone, not because you need it, but because your mind forgot how to rest. We live in an age where stillness feels unnatural and distraction feels like home. Every day, the world throws 1,000 tiny hooks into your attention, notifications, ads, endless content loops. You don't even feel the pull anymore, it's automatic. Like invisible strings guiding your eyes, your emotions, your time. We don't lose focus all at once. It's stolen in fragments in the spaces between one thought and the next. Ancient philosophers warned about this long before screens existed. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. The Stoics believed focus was a form of freedom. The Buddhists called it mindfulness, the art of returning to this moment again and again until presence becomes who you are. But in the noise of modern life, presence feels almost impossible. When you wake up and check your phone before breathing in the morning air, when you scroll past a sunset without seeing it, that's not just distraction, it's disconnection. The mind becomes so flooded with stimulation that it forgets the simple rhythm of awareness. And yet, somewhere beneath the chaos, the real you still exists, watching, waiting, untouched. The truth is, focus was never meant to be forced. It's not about discipline or productivity. It's about remembering how to listen. The mind, when quiet, naturally gravitates toward peace. But when it's overstimulated, it becomes like a river in a storm, carrying debris, moving fast, yet going nowhere. Maybe that's why meditation has existed in every culture. It's not about escaping the world. It's about escaping the illusion that your worth depends on being constantly occupied. In silence, the brain begins to synchronize. The mind remembers itself. So before we talk about science, let us remember this. Distraction isn't just what happens to you. It asks what happens inside you when you forget who is holding the device. Your attention is your life force. And when you reclaim it, you don't just regain focus, you regain yourself. So what is really happening inside your brain when you can't stay focused for more than a few seconds? It all starts with dopamine, the molecule of motivation, curiosity, and pleasure. It's what makes you want to reach for your phone, refresh a feed, or chase the next notification. In nature, dopamine was designed to help us survive, to seek food, connection, discovery. But in the digital world, it's been hacked. Every ping, every scroll, every flash of color is a carefully engineered trigger. Each one gives your brain a tiny spike of dopamine followed by a crash. Over time, your neural circuits adapt, demanding more stimulation to feel the same satisfaction. That is why focus feels harder. Your brain isn't broken, it is overstimulated. You're not lazy. You're caught in a loop designed to keep you seeking instead of thinking. Dr. Anna Lembke calls it the pleasure-pain balance. When dopamine rises too often, your brain compensates by lowering sensitivity, like turning down the volume on joy. That's why simple things no longer hold your attention. The constant chase for micro-rewards numbs your capacity for depth. Neuroscientists like Andrew Huberman have shown that real focus activates a very different system, one built on intention, not impulse. When you bring your attention to a single task, your prefrontal cortex and visual cortex align, creating a channel of sustained energy. But that alignment only happens when the dopamine storm settles, when the noise stops. Technology thrives on the opposite. It keeps your brain oscillating between anticipation and reward, never resting long enough to enter clarity. You start to confuse motion with meaning, stimulation with satisfaction. The result? A restless mind that's always scrolling but never arriving. But here's the part that changes everything. Your brain can recover. Neuroplasticity, the ability to rewire neural pathways, doesn't disappear with distraction. It just waits for direction. Each moment you resist the urge to check your phone, breathe, and redirect your attention, you're training your brain to crave stillness again. And there's a shortcut. A simple 2-minute ritual that resets your dopamine, realigns your focus, and reconnects you with the silence that your mind has been missing. Stay with me because next we'll practice it together, and you'll feel in real time what happens when your brain remembers how to listen again. Every sound, every swipe, every burst of light on your screen, it all had one purpose: to keep your attention spinning outward. But now, after everything you've learned, maybe you're beginning to see it differently. Distraction was never just about technology. It was about forgetting how powerful your attention really is. Your focus is energy. Where you place it, life expands. Where you withdraw it, life fades. The system thrives on that truth. It survives by scattering your energy so you never realize how much you actually have. But now you know. You've seen how dopamine pulls your mind from moment to moment, how the constant chase numbs your clarity, how the storm of stimulation steals the peace that silence once gave you. Here's the part most people miss. The same brain that was programmed to seek can be reprogrammed to see. Your neurons are not static. They're listening, waiting for new patterns, new rhythms, new instructions. Every time you pause before reacting, every time you take a conscious breath instead of checking your phone, your brain begins to remember stillness. That's neuroplasticity, not a concept, but a practice. You don't fight distraction by force. You dissolve it by awareness. So here's your ritual. It takes 2 minutes, no more. Find a quiet spot, sit or stand, it doesn't matter. Turn your phone face down, not because it's evil, but because you're choosing presence. Now close your eyes and inhale deeply through your nose. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth, letting the tension drain from your body. Do this again, and as you breathe, imagine that every exhale clears static from your mind. See the noise fading, the screens dimming, the thoughts slowing down. Then place one hand over your heart. Feel its rhythm, steady, patient, alive. That's the real frequency of focus. Now bring to mind one thing that truly matters to you, something you've been too distracted to give attention to. A goal, a dream, a person, anything that feels like truth. Picture it clearly, feel it as if it's already unfolding effortlessly. Let gratitude rise, not for having it, but for remembering it. That feeling is your anchor. It's how you rewire your brain, by associating focus with peace, not pressure. When you open your eyes, the world will look the same, but you won't be. You'll notice the quiet between sounds, the pause between thoughts, the way your breath slows time down. That's your mind syncing back with your body, your attention returning home. And here's the beauty. Each time you do this, you make stillness easier to find. Your brain starts craving calm instead of chaos. You become less reactive, more intentional. The system loses its grip because you stop feeding it what it wants, your distraction. So tonight, before bed, try this 2-minute ritual again. Let your focus become sacred. Treat every breath as a small rebellion against the noise. Because when you master where your attention goes, you master where your life flows. If this helped you feel even a little more awake, tell me in the comments what you noticed when you tried it. And if you want to keep training your mind to think clearly, breathe deeply, and live consciously, subscribe. Because here, every video helps you remember what your brain, your heart, and your soul were always designed to do. Focus on what truly matters.